So Amelia's a Unitec student.
Okay, in the filming part.
Yeah, photography.
Photography
department.
Do you remember I told you the other day that I like photography, you know? I wish if I could buy a camera like this. I like doing still photography, and I try and do it with my own mobile cameras, but I never get the shot that we had.
Yeah, it's a good way of practicing though, on the mobile, you know, it's still about framing, composition. So looking to pan, Kunal.
Next time.
Spot boy.
Next time.
Sure. Next time maybe in Bollywood you be.
Next time when I put you in my stock shoot.
Okay, so anyway.
Okay.
Just look to my hand here, Kunal. Just chin down a little bit. Okay, looking to pan. Just chin down a little bit, okay? Yeah, so you're looking down a bit.
Just let me know if
You're safe there, as long as you stay in that zone, you're good.
Don't you move. You stay there.
yeah.
Okay, standing by. All good? Okay, rolling.
Okay. So what I want to start with is just the beginning of the story of your decision to go to Unitec, why you chose Unitec, and what you were hoping
Sorry,
to
I'm
be
going
able
to interrupt for my time. Just finally. Sounds very shirts alright. It's just getting things.
Is it the air conditioning you can
No,
hear?
no, it's not just not. No. Just talk for a moment.
Kunal.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, standing up and turn on up and rolling.
Okay, so the beginning part about why you ended up choosing Unitec. I think you told us last time about its ranking
Just what you
and what you're in India and you're thinking
Yeah.
why.
See, when I just started, I decided to come to New Zealand. I wasn't sure which university to choose, and I started searching on the web. And I found I shortlisted a few of the universities, like one of the AUT and Messi was also there. Then I approached a consultant as well, and he said he gave me a few brochures of Unitec. I went through the courses, and I found what I was looking for, tourism, because that's what I've been doing for the last ages. And I thought, okay, well, let's see what this university has got me to offer. Then I actually had to arrange my funds as well. And another reason was why I chose Unitec, because it has got a very good world ranking. And that was something I needed to get my loan approved from the bank. So I checked the other universities as well. And to be honest, I really liked the front page of the brochure, the way it showed the whole, that Sandringham and that area Conchave, and I thought, wow, if this is the place, I want to be there, because I was always fantasized with seashores, and I always wanted to do that. So there were a lot of factors included, but yes, of course, the practical part of it was that I liked the course. There were things that they were offering me, and the most important, there was an ITA that I always wanted to do. That was my main aim of getting into New Zealand and become an ITA.
So basically, if you just explain, you've been working in the travel industry in India for 8 years, and you wanted a qualification because why?
I've been working in India I started I think about in 2004 when I finished my course from Unitec, and I had a lot of experiences there, domestic and international. And then I thought, okay, now I want to move ahead in my life, and if I want to do something, I got to have my ITA qualification as well. I always wished if I could do an ITA back in India, but never got that time, never got that money. But now when I made my decision, I thought, yes, I want to do an ITA in New Zealand, and let's get some overseas experience and knowledge. And then, because I had my company back there, I thought, okay, now I've got a little business in India, let's make it big. Because if I'm going to sit in India, there are a lot of more competitors, so this is a good way of moving, a step ahead of them. Just getting another branch open in New Zealand, and I'll be straight away a step ahead of them, which they don't have. So, and it's actually proved to be right, proved out to be the right decision so far. It's been good.
So tell me what you got out of the course.
A lot of things. A lot of things. Every aspect, I couldn't remember any part that I would
So we're just
say.
going to start back again, because I just want you to tell me what, because you say I've got a lot of things out of the course. I've got a lot of things out of Unitec.
Okay, so I got a
And
lot.
stay with me, because you're looking, try and stay with me. That's it.
I got a lot of things out of Unitec, out of my course that I was studying, and there are a lot of experiences. The course material itself was good. The staff, everything, every experience out of Unitec was awesome for me, I would say, and because the course was designed in such a way that we had a lot of practical and theoretical experience. And at the same way, it was really mixed in a good proportion. Though I heard some students saying no, they're not happy, but I don't agree to them because it's a way that how you take the course, not you just see things are good or not. You just take them in a way and you make them good for yourself.
What were the things the students didn't like so much?
Well, I think there was the reasons they were giving were not really good enough for me to agree to them, because they were saying the course material is not so good. They're not covering. Actually, I had the practical experience, I would say, and being in the industry, I would say I knew this course was actually right. This is what we needed. They never had that experience, and they were like, "Oh, wow, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that?" But this was something really needed. Though what we study in tourism, as a theory, never comes in practical. But that theory is always the base for you getting into the practical industry. The industry over there. So that was something we did, and the course that we did in a way that we did was good. The classes were held, and we were giving a lot of exercises to do, things to work out. And the best part was that we had the liberty to do things in our own way, do assignments in our own way. We have to Google them, we have to find the things, and I think that was the best part of doing it, because when you do a search on your own, I think you get to know things better. You know why this thing's happening, and this is what I think Unitec gave us a platform where we were able to do things in our way. We were able to present things in our way, and teachers really appreciate the way. It's not just that with one student something they appreciate. They actually accepted every single thing that was coming up. And another best part was that there were a lot of group assignments happening at the same time, and that was something I really admire. That is something I really admire, because when you're working in a group, you actually get to know people of different cultures, and you get to sit with different people and different individuals, and you compromise a bit, you make them understand a bit, and I think that's how it goes.
And so tell me a bit about, because you actually started working with some of your classmates to develop something. So if you tell me about that and the Moran experience.
Yes, and that working with my classmate also was this platform.
Just gonna leave it. Come on,
You're saying good things. Are you?
Yes, I'm glad that I'm being a part of Unitec.
Oh, stop talking, I'll go crazy. I need that on the camera. Can you remember
she
what
doesn't
you
want
said?
to say, yeah.
And if you said we're not rolling, I'm just like, damn, we didn't get it.
Probably because you're not really going to listen about Bollywood music as well.
Just go back in your position, Kunal.
Yes,
Okay, standing right.
So,
And
you know,
we are rolling.
that genuineness, we'll just go back to that moment, because that genuineness is what's really important. So you're just saying that you really did get something, yeah?
Okay, stand by and rolling.
Yes, I did get a very good experience out of what the thing that we're just talking is the Moriah experience that I got, the experience of working out with my friends out there, these kind of experiences. That was all a part of, because we were indulged in group activities earlier, so we got to know each other, who is doing what and what they're capable of. So I got a friend there, Dave. He's a Maori, and he always had a dream of do something for the Morais. And I always had a dream that I want to start a company. We both of us never had any idea how we're going to do this, but we both of us had a dream. Again, we said, okay, we'll do something. He said, okay, I have got some, he's like 45, he's quite experienced, he was earlier a professional painter, and he said, I've got the experience, I know a few people, let's go and, knock some doors and see what comes out. And that's what we did. We sat together, we went to the Unitec Moriah, we went to a few more Moriahs, we went to his Moriahs, and we talked to them, and we talked to Unitec. We actually talked to our classmates, and everybody was like, wow, this is a good idea. And the idea that we started was that we wanted to start with a tour company that takes tours from Auckland to Morais, up north or anywhere else throughout New Zealand, and so that we can give Morais an exposure to earn something, and we show the culture, the actual true Maori culture to the rest of the world, and this way the culture gets showcased. And there were mixed mixed thoughts as well. Okay, is it really good to showcase the Maori culture to the rest of the world, or should we just keep it aside and let it be a hidden culture? And other people had their thinking.
So we're going to stop, because I'm going to get you to tell me that story again, but I want a shorter version.
So you just get through with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so what I want to do is, while you're working at Unitec, and you're working in groups, you got to meet this guy, this Maori guy, and together you decided, you both wanted to do business,
I'll actually link it to
and you came up with the idea of Moriah accommodation.
I'll actually link it to the practical experience that Unitec gave us, when we took our tour. It actually started then only.
Great, yeah. So talking about, you worked together on making a tour, and then you guys had this idea together, and you are currently working on starting this business, which is about accommodation with Moriah, and that's enough.
Okay, stand my hand rolling.
When we were at the Unitec, we had a course where we had a chance to take a practical experience of taking a tour out of Unitec to show them Auckland. And back then, me and my friend Dave, we had a thought. Okay, let's start a business, because he always wanted to be having something Moriah. So we thought of, we had an idea of starting a tour company, taking tours from Auckland to Moriah up north, and that ended up with an idea of starting a Moriah accommodation, where we were actually selling out Moriah accommodations to the rest of the world, especially for the Rugby World Cup, and now we just put it as a long-term business plan. So we all been together. That was really fun, because a lot of other classmates joined us, and they had their own views. We all sat together. We used to have meetings in libraries and back in Anderson and Unitec, bunch of, and that was really fun. It all started off as a small thing, and it's now is a company. It's running out there. So.
And tell me about what happened when you've left Unitec, because I know we talked about how you could have got offered a great job.
Yeah.
So I want to know if it sounds like your experience at Unitec combined, it must have made you feel confident to get a job in New Zealand for a start, I imagine, but just how that experience at Unitec led to post-graduation, your decisions about what work you were going to do, and if you felt like your Unitec qualification, how that helped you.
Yes, Unitec qualification definitely did help me, and that actually gave me confidence, because I was able to say to others that yes, I have some qualification of New Zealand, with New Zealand, and I do have some experience, what you call as local experience of the industry. But I was determined to start my own company. That was my vision, and that was what actually I came for. And I did actually had a few offers from other companies, travel companies, big companies, offering good money, but I actually didn't choose to go and see that, because I knew if I just had joined them, I would have got a cap on me and would have stopped my growth. So I thought, no, I'm just gonna take a break. I'm gonna see the world round of what's ahead, and then I'm gonna do something. So I took a break, went back to India, took my decision there as well, because I wanted to see how the company was going there. Came back and started the business.
So it's early days.
Okay, sorry, I need to change battery.
Okay.
Apologies.
Stay there, don't move. Don't move. So it's early days, yeah? Early days in your business?
Yes, it is. It is definitely. I'm just doing I'm just taking baby steps at the moment because I'm really new here. My experience back in India is in the corporate world. I've been right from when I started my career. I've always been with the corporates, doing their travel, doing their tickets, and everything. And now here it's a retail business. It's all together a different world. A different stream of industry. And yes, I am learning a lot every day. Every day I'm learning a lot of things. It's always because of your mistakes that you do learn. But the things that I did with Unitec, actually the practical aspect. I mean, I'm always focused on the practical because I get attracted more towards practical things than getting into theoretical. I'm not good with that. So those practical knowledge, those practical
Sorry,
study.
can we stop? Sorry. Wait all over the top of me. Sorry. Okay.
Everything gone?
Just that last little bit.
Okay,
I need
standing
that
by.
all again.
Yeah, that was really good. Okay, and rolling.
Okay. Sorry.
So
any other question, I
let's
guess?
just talk back about
Early days.
early days and how it's little steps now, but how great the practical experience was, and how you enjoyed that practical experience. For you, that was really good, and how that links into what you're doing, because that's really great.
And rolling.
Yes, these are. Still, I'm in my early days of my business. I'm just taking some few baby steps at the moment because this is a whole new stream of my business. I've always been into corporate travel. Back in India, when I started my career, I started with as a corporate travel agent, doing their travel, ticketing, tours, everything with corporates. So now here it's all retail, so definitely it's different. But I would say that yes, I do learn from my mistakes. That's the best way I think I learn. But doing that course in Unitec actually gave me a real experience of what people out here are looking for, what customers in New Zealand is looking for, how they demand, how do they react, and what are their expectations actually. Yes, because we did those things practically. We did what will be they coming and asking for? Okay, if I need a car, what will they call things? What will be the additional gadgets they will be looking for? So with that knowledge, I think it's right there back in my head, and I know when somebody comes and this is what they could be looking for. So I am ready with that, because if you're sitting out there and you don't know anything about it, I think you're not part of the industry.
So that gives you a chance to, like you said, you're building two businesses, a business in New Zealand and still running your India business, bring it together, and immigration is all part of the big picture?
Yes, immigration is not, I would say I'm doing professionally. That's a part-time thing I do because I'm more interested in doing business migration. That was like, I used to advise.
So we'll start on that. We'll just say I'm also interested in doing business migration, and I'm running my business in India while I'm still building my New Zealand travel business too. So I hope to build my business over the next few years, and then I'd like to be able to expand, dominate the whole world.
Well, okay.
So we're talking about how you'd like to do business migration,
Okay, yeah,
and you're
business
running,
migration.
and just explain, and not too much detail, but you're interested in doing business migration. You still have your business in India that you are running. You're running a business from here, you're running in India, and also you're now building your New Zealand business, and you hope to build a strong business that you can really take forward and grow. And I think you have confidence and determination anyway. I can see that before Unitec, but I thought what you said was, just to think how Unitec fits into that future.
Business migration is something that I really want to add onto my profile, and I am interested in doing it. But yes, and I'm at the moment I'm expanding. I'm just building up my business in New Zealand while still running my business back in India. And I'm really looking forward to establish it in all 5 continents. And my next destination would be Canada. And I've already started planning for that, though it's not even settled out here. But yes, I'm on other page it says the writing has started. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And all those things comes in with your confidence, when you sit out in the industry and you get people to come to you. They themselves, your customers themselves, they teach you things. So they cannot be any better teacher than your customers. So
How does Unitec fit into that?
Unitec, we studied the theory part at the Unitec, and they actually told us these are the things that you should be aware of. These are the things that's going on in the market. These are the things that and if you got to travel or tour operator in New Zealand, these are the things that will be expected out of you. And one of the most important part was that they actually taught us a few things that you should be, I would say, according to the law of the New Zealand, as a tour operator, these are your obligations that you need to meet. You're not if you're doing something in environmental thing, so you have to be careful about what you're giving back to the environment, what you're doing, giving back to society. So all those things, all those knowledge, I believe in that every knowledge, obviously, every knowledge that you gain never goes, in vain. It comes out, it just helps you at some point.
So I just want you to get a little bit more specific though, because I want to hear about what it was in your experience in Unitec. I mean, you didn't go to Unitec and then think,
no,
it
wasn't just the one experience.
Or the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you came out of Unitec and then you thought, yes, I am interested in staying in New Zealand. I mean, you could have left Unitec and gone somewhere else. There, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was never my thought actually.
What was you say? Tell me. How did that happen? When you graduated, and you were thinking of applying for jobs, and you've got this qualification behind you. What was your thought then when you graduated? So we just start off when I graduated.
Well, actually, when I just graduated, I knew I had a qualification and I have the experience as well. But I was always looking for an opportunity where I could just start my business. That's what I was all focused on. I was doing a lot of part-time jobs. I was working as a merchandiser for Terra, working part-time for Hedel. Then I was doing a couple of jobs, everything. I've cut grasses and I've cleaned the glasses as well. But my only thing, I was looking for one single opportunity where I could just start the business. And when I couldn't find it for about a few weeks, then I thought, okay, now I'm gonna do something. I used the Unitec postgraduate lab as my station office. I used to go there every morning, open my system, make a few calls, send out emails, and soon I got clients as well, because the students out there who were actually inquiring with me, for the tickets, and then got the professors getting tickets done for me. So I realized, yes, there is a potential, and yes, I can do it. And every platform that I got, Unitec was in some or other way was involved in it. Whether the first ticket that I did, or whether it was the Marai experience, or whether anything, my practical knowledge or anything, Unitec was involved in that, and some or other stage, yes, it was.
And what were the teachers like?
They were fantastic. I can remember all of them on my fingertips.
So now we're going to start again. I'm just going to say the teachers were?
Teachers were really fantastic. The staff was good. They were helpful, and especially to me, because I was always a latecomer there, and they always forgave me for my thing. And yes, they were really helpful to me. I mean, and not just to me, I would say they have helped a lot of students with, they actually understood what an international student, what kind of problem an international student would face. So they were always a bit lenient and flexible, actually, I would say, in accepting what we were giving as our assignments or our work. And as I said earlier, they were always open to take our views about what we think. And one common thing in all the teachers I found, as I think it's a Unitec culture, they have the open discussions, and that's really something good. You have 50 students sitting or 20 students sitting in a class from different cultures, from different countries. Everybody will see a thing in a different way, and when you have an open discussion, you get a chance of what other thing. And okay, I might be wrong, so okay, this is the right way of doing it. So that was really one of the good experiences.
And obviously, I mean, as an international student and coming from Delhi, we know it's economically it's a massive challenge. So I know you've been working so hard, you told us last time, but just like you to tell me, explain how, because we're going to go and film you working, explain how you work part-time all the way through your course to support yourself, and that now you're carrying on working part-time because your plan is to not take anything from your business.
Yes, when I was studying, I was part-time. Initially, it was really hard to find a job here. I started off as a waiter with an Indian restaurant, worked there for a few weeks. Then it wasn't working for me because I'm a guy with a different attitude, probably not a good waiter. Then I started looking for jobs within SGS, giving students really good platform. So I found a couple of one-off jobs. I worked as grass,
So we're going to stop again because we're going to shorten up the detail.
Okay.
So while I was studying at Unitec, I worked at lots of part-time jobs, and then we want to get to the point, and now I'm still working at this
Do you
job.
want me to mention jobs that I did?
Yeah, just the job that you're doing now, the one that we're going to go and film.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
when I was at Unitec, I tried a number of jobs, and I worked all through my course, and now I'm still working, doing this, because I want to build my business. So I'm out there working, doing this job, so that I don't have to take anything. You told me that advice. Was it from your father?
Yeah. Okay. You want?
I want that. Yeah, it's good advice.
Okay. When I was working in my course, when I was doing my course, I was working a few part-time jobs. One was with the Herald, Morning Herald, doing deliveries, and the other one was merchandising, doing merchandising for Fonterra. So, and I'm still carrying on with these jobs because, at the moment, my business is just really new. I don't want to take any money that is coming into business out for my expenses. So I'm just keeping my expenses out of my other jobs that I do on the weekends, and so that I can, build a cycle within my business and, give a cash flow to my business. And actually, I would like to put my father's thought in that, because why and how we can do a business is, you need 3 years to do a business. The first year you give away, you give to people, you give to your clients. You don't look for profits at all. Even if you have to run in a loss, you should. The second year you should get onto a platform where it's the break-even point. Don't get into losses. You're not looking for the profits. But from the third year you start earning profits. And I believe if you survive for these 3 years, yes, you're gonna get the business.
And your father's obviously, your father is proud of your achievement?
Yes, of course he is, and he always asks me if you need anything. My parents have never stopped me from doing anything. When I make a decision to come here, I didn't actually even ask them. I did all the, all the ground job, everything, and then I approached them and said, this is what I want to do. Do you have any problem? I still have done all these things, but if you say no, then I'm not going. So no, you just do whatever you want to do. I didn't took any financial support from them, but though they never, I know if I would have asked them, they would have never said no to me, because they're always happy to give me anything what I want. So.
They must be very proud.
Yes.
Have they been to New Zealand yet?
Not yet. My mom had a plan to visit this year, but been postponed because I don't want to be here when I'm just really doing some hard work. I want her to be here and get some, enjoyment. She can enjoy with me, and my parents can enjoy, and we can go out for a holiday or something. Not just they're sitting at home and I'm going into work. It's the same culture,
How many hours a week do you work?
Don't ask that. Nobody gonna believe that.
Good going, yep.
I work, I would say I'm kind of a workaholic, because I think it's because I don't have a family out here, so I have spent most of my time working. I start my day about at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I finish at about 11 or 12 in the night. It depends every day, because I start with the hill job, then I get back to my morning breakfast, getting into some exercise, and then get on to business. And then when 6 o'clock work finishes over here, the Indian office starts up, and then I have to look after them as well. So I work till about 11, 12. So on any weekday, I sleep for no more than 4 hours.
So when did you get this office?
It's been.
And you can say, I got this office, or I moved in here.
I got this office about 2 months back, I guess. Yeah, it's been 3rd month now, and actually it's been 4 months. I got this office, and that's when I just.
So shall we start again? Yeah. And my one is perfect, gesturing to it. I've had this office about 4 months, and you are working or sharing a working situation with a colleague?
Sorry, I'm just going to change cards. Just get the cards.
Great stuff. I know I didn't take any notes, but I was listening to that whole story.
Pause fine.
Actually, I just get into, I just keep on going with my stories. I think I have a lot to share with people, but I'll share it one day when I feel some place.
Okay, stand by. Okay, back to my position.
Actually, shall we get one little position change for just this little bit? He's just going to
I
gesture to
think
the
maybe
office.
just stand straight up. Yeah, and just hands in. Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
That's good.
And then you're going to tell us
You
about...
can move over this way just a little bit and come towards me just a little bit. We want to stay in the light a little bit further. That's good.
So now we're talking about, you've had the office for 4 months and you're sharing it with a colleague, yes? And you've been supporting and working together. That's all I need to hear.
Stand by.
Short and sweet,
We're
baby.
rolling. In action.
I got this office about 4 months back when I started my company, and now I'm sharing this office with a colleague, my friend, and another fellow who's going to come back soon. And yeah, we're doing well. I mean, I think we're on a good graph. We're just going upwards.
Awesome. Now,
That's
one
great.
last thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready to roll?
Is it worth it to read?
It'll be an end point, so wider rather than tighter, I reckon.
Go.
Would you recommend Unitec to other people?
100%.
Oh, you have to tell me.
Yeah, I would 100% I would recommend Unitec to anyone who's coming in. But I would recommend it to those who really want to study, not for those who just mucking around. Because they would need some serious working from you. This is not, I mean, it's a good place if you're really keen on doing something. It would be boring place if you just person who just don't want to do anything and just come here for fun.
No. Yes! In the bag! Well done, Kunal. Perfect.
Excellent.
So now we're going to do some